First of all, if you have questions, write them down, because when I'm in the flow, I won't answer those questions. We can do this afterwards, because most of the time what comes up is a question that I will answer 10 minutes later, just in my own timing. So just relax, lean back. This is all about you today. And I recorded, so don't worry, you can have the recording. So welcome to the hot seat. Welcome to the observer seats. Today with the special of Projector. I'm a Projector too, so that's I'm excited, a little bit nervous. It's like Projectors, they always ask those very intense questions that challenge me, but I like it. First of all, before we start, is don't believe me anything. That's very important. This is not a belief system. What I share is what I see. It's my perspective. I may inspire you. I may not. Can't promise that. I will give my best to show you what is your uniqueness. But you do the job afterwards by validating it for yourself, by experimenting with it, by taking it in, integrating it, going into the world, into the mundane, and then see what happens if you follow those inspirational, mechanical things. And as I said, lean back, listen, be inspired, write down questions if you have some, and enjoy the journey. So we begin with this chart. This is my chart, so I want to be fair. I want to do white magic. I don't want to be a black magician here. I want to show you my chart, so you can see this is what's coming through this chart. I have the 6447. This is all about abstract stuff. I have the 11th gate with the 5th line. I bring you practical ideas. I picture and paint you scenarios so you can understand. I'm here to bring clarity and maybe sometimes a bit confusion, but that's part of it too. So yeah, let's just dive in. And before we look at your charts, I want to start with the biggest issue for every person on this planet. And the biggest issue, dilemma, problem, however you want to call it, is that we give our mind the control of our life. And we do this all the time. Even I still do it. I have the awareness now to see it, to observe it, to sometimes back up before the mind makes me do something, but not all the time I can do it because I don't have the choice. I don't have the power to just control it because it is so interwoven with what I am. It is so normal, and I'm so conditioned to believe and, think that my mind is the true voice of me, that it's sometimes hard to discern that. But it's all about this. Human design is about differentiating, discerning what is your true inner voice, so to say. What is something reliable in you that you really can trust? What is constantly here for you? What is something that won't let you down? That knows what is good for you? That knows where you should go? That, kind of moves you also through space and time. Because remember, we are on a rock with water shooting through space with I don't know how many thousands of kilometers per hour.
3,600. 36,000.
You see? And, people think it can be boring when you sit somewhere. You're always moving. You're always moving. It's so fast. And the mind can't comprehend that. Never forget it. Forget about that. Your mind is beautiful. I don't have anything against mind, but your mind is never an inner authority. Never. Can't be an inner authority. What do I mean with this? It means your mind can never tell you what to do for your own life, to be healthy, to have success, in your case as projectors, or whatever. It can't, because it's so limited. It's so restricted by only the things that you explored, experienced, and saved in your memory capacity. And even that is just a little tiny bit of what your brain is capable of. I mean, we have millions of thoughts over the day, and only 15 will be present. It's insane. So the mind is never an inner authority. The mind is nothing that will guide you through life. The mind is nothing that is helpful for you to have a good life. But it is a tool for awareness. It's like the spokesman for the awareness, the right hand for the awareness that helps you, especially as a projector, to guide others. And by guiding others, you need most of the time communication, and your mind makes it possible to communicate. What I do is I use my mind as outer authority right now. So I am an authority right now that can inspire you, and then you take it in and you become your own authority. That's how it works. So you can be an authority for me too, and you, everybody can be an authority in a mental stimulating way by sharing perspective, by sharing personal experience, but never in a way of telling what to do, because you can't. Nobody can tell you what to do. Nobody, not even me, even though I know a lot of stuff, but I cannot tell you what to do. I can only show you what I see mechanically, and I can, share with you what you can, try and error and see and experiment with. But at the end of the day, it's your own job. It's your journey. It's your life. I have no idea how it is for you. I can only imagine, guess, and sometimes I hit the bullseye and sometimes not. Okay, just to make that clear. So first of all, never mind. Watch this. After you had this reading here, you go outside in the world and you don't believe your mind. Please, try this. Try it for a week if you can. Or maybe 3 days. To not listen to your mind and see what happens. Your mind goes, oh, I should get breakfast. No, okay. My mind says this. I don't believe it now. Let's see what my body wants. Maybe your body doesn't need breakfast. Maybe your body wants orange juice and not some, physical food. Whatever the case may be, and it can be in the tiniest things, for example, jumping up and going somewhere and helping. Why you do this? Have you been asked? Yeah, but I want to be a good person. So what? We will go into this because this is what human design is about, and life. Because we need to understand everyone who first gets their reading, they are not self. They are not themselves, So I know this is a harsh truth that I just, bring out in a fixed way, but that's how I see it. I had people in readings sitting in front of me. They say, yeah, I did 10 years this and yoga and meditation, and I learned, and I had so many books that I read, and I did 10 ayahuasca sessions, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but you're still not self, because all the stuff that you did, achieved, read, made, whatever, which is just based on your mind. On your mind of, I want to improve. I want to be better. I want to get it. I'm in a hurry. I want to get it done. Whatever the case may be, it has nothing to do with who you are. Because who you are, you have no idea. This is not something that, okay, I got it, check. No. Who you are is never fixed in a way of that this is me. It's always something that is evolving, it's moving. And that's why we have awareness, to measure that, to see that, to compare it, to speak about it, to reflect, all of that stuff. Brings me to the next point. When we let mind go, what else do we have? People say, yeah, okay, so tired is now, what should I do? Okay, I don't listen to my mind. Now, what now? Okay, yeah, what you do is you understand that you have an energetic field around you. I mean, most of you ever already heard about it, focused, absorbing aura. If not, this is your aura as a projector. And this is, as Gernot said 10 minutes before, it was very nice, the most important thing for you to understand. Because when you communicate, you don't communicate by your voice, so to say. You communicate on a much deeper, subtle level. You communicate through your aura. Always. Your aura does the communication, not your whatever, your looks, your clothes, whatever. Yeah, that's part of it too. But the main thing is your aura. It's your aura. You can't hide if you're sad. People will say, oh, you're sad, even though you run around like, They will feel it because it's your aura. It's in your aura. It's in your energy field. So what happens if you're not self? What happens if you're not yourself and you run around and play generator, play manifester, play somebody, want to be somebody? People will feel that. They will feel that there's something off, but they will kind of, okay, yeah, you're my friend, so I guess you're like this, even though I feel like you should be that. And then you have a dilemma. Or maybe people just recognize you, see you, want to be friends with you, want to be, have a partnership with you because you hold on to this Maya masks, roles that you shouldn't play because you think this is how life should work. And I mean, the longer you're alive, the harder it gets to let go of that. Because we're very good in learning. I mean, becoming something, easy, But unbecoming, that's super hard. Because it's scary. Because you don't know what it means to be something else that you don't know. And your mind cannot tell you. So you actually jump into the void, there's nothing. It's like, okay, fresh start, fresh canvas, new painting. And I don't decide what the painting will be. I just watch it being drawn by my body. Hope you get it as a metaphor for, okay? So the aura is focused and absorbing. That means your aura as a projector always looks for energy. Where can I focus? Where can I focus and go inside the other? It's very important to understand. Because that means if you are in an elevator with two people, one person will feel ignored by you automatically, always, all the time. Because you can only focus one person at a time. Only one person at a time. Not two, only one. And I'm pretty sure you already experienced similar things, even though you're not in the experiment yet. And if not, watch it. The next time you, I don't know, stand there somewhere in a crowd, there's this digital nomad meeting when you're there, and you have a conversation, and there's three people around you, you will see that one person you focused in, and then you will have the feeling of, okay, I'm totally like in this tunnel. And then you might think, but I need to say hello and be friendly to them too. No, don't do it. It will just interrupt your flow. One person at a time. And if somebody comes from the side, yeah, it can be that you get interrupted and then the aura connection is broken. Then you let it go. Don't try to push on and bite through or hold on to. Because this is your, how can I say this? This is your magic. If the other is not capable of saying, hey, I'm talking with this person right now, this is something that I really enjoy now, they don't deserve you. Put it like this. They don't deserve you. Your aura, your capacity to focus, absorb, and bring them guidance in whatever mundane case, because it's always happening as your aura communicates. If they cannot respect you, if they cannot say no to others who want to interrupt, withdraw. Let it go. They don't even hear you. They don't even recognize you then. Let it go. Because otherwise you will be exhausted. Otherwise you will be used and abused. You feel abused. You feel like, yeah, it was nice, but, That's very important because if your aura is abused, so to say, it doesn't have the power anymore. It gets numbed down, When it's like a sharp knife, like from a surgeon, like this super nice cut, no bleed because it's so perfect. But if it's stumpf, dull, people will feel uncomfortable with you. So don't do this to your own aura. Only use it when the other is okay. I'm open. I'm relaxed. I'm taking you in. Let's do it. I invite you for it, for your aura. So that means, yes, your aura will always focus somewhere. That's what it's happening. I give you this little hint that's working for me. Don't look in the eyes of people that you don't want to communicate with. Another trick. If you see somebody and you say, I couldn't eat them, don't communicate with them. Don't look them in the eyes. If you cannot eat them energetically, okay, not in a way of, Yeah, but imagine that. You sit somewhere and there's a person and you would imagine, could you eat the energy that you see? Could you eat it and, digest it? Could you do that? If not, not correct for you. Not correct for you. Don't look them in the eyes. You will take it all in. You absorb the energy, all the trash, the stories, the pain, the dilemma, the drama, everything of the other. Everything. Every little nuance. And if you do that and the other is not inviting you and you cannot spit it out and you cannot guide the other, you will be stuck with it. And then what you gonna do? Then you have it maybe, I don't know, maybe it's stuck for years and you run to therapists and whatever or whatnot. And it's actually not yours. You just hold on to it. Because it's just a mental trap. So check that out. Try and error with this. See who you can really take in. And it can be that you have a partner or whatever, child, and sometimes you cannot take them in. That's fine. That's okay. It's your right as a human being. As a project, it's your right to not take everybody in. You're here to be very specialized and focus only on the person who you are invited to and recognized for. Otherwise, it will be bitter. You will feel bitter, sour, pissed, abused, exhausted. Ugh. Okay. So, and projectors, as you see on this screen there, it's just 22%, 20 to 22% of the world population are projectors. So that means most of the people are very different. They have no idea. They go with the normal stuff of, I have an open aura and I run around and everything comes to me. That's generated propaganda, yeah. That doesn't work for projectors. You're not like the others. You're very different. Very different. You're very new. You have a new vehicle, a new body, a new mechanic. It's only, I don't know, let me guess, like 300 plus years old. There's only projectors in this world since 1781. And I'm not talking about the people. I'm talking about the mechanic. It's like a car. It's a brand new car model. This is your car. You incarnate into this vehicle and you drive through life. And this is a brand new thing. We don't even know exactly what it can do because everybody's not running around like, I don't know. So that's your job, our job, to differentiate and evolve consciousness, awareness by being a projector. What does it mean to be a projector? If you start your experiment as a project, man, you can be so of value for the world because you will be needed. You will be needed in the future. And I mean that. So 22% of the population, it means, okay, there's only 2 of 10 people who are projectors. So you're you go out in a party and you can see, okay, there's maybe one person that you feel like, oh, I want to talk with them. Most probably that's a projector. Because likes like. Projectors like other projectors because they have a similar reality. Because when you have this focused absorbing aura, this is your reality. This is how you scan, experience, perceive life. Of course, there's nuances and everybody's unique, but this is the main common ground, so to say. So it's always the most interesting and comfortable to talk with another projector. And you can experiment with that too, You can go out with a generator, you can go out with a manifest, you can go out with a projector, and I'm pretty sure you will enjoy the most and have the deepest conversations and the most recognizing energy when you go out with another projector. It's just different. Try that. Try and error. Get to know yourself because think about the following. When you have a focused, absorbing aura, you see this little picture there. I had this. It's going outward. Okay, it's like going outward like this. You don't look inward. The aura doesn't look inward. So what does it mean? It means you're your way of getting to know yourself is not through looking inside, because this is not your natural way. Your natural way of getting to know yourself is by scanning others, looking at others, and then your mind will come up with things. Oh, if, for example, I don't know, two of you have the same channel. When you would look, when I would talk about the channel, and you look at his channel, or you let your aura focus on him, you will understand more about your channel. Even though you have it, and I can tell you, and I look at your chart. I always tell projectors, don't look at your chart. Look at others. Look at others. That's the way how you can learn about yourself. That's why we are perfect for doing what I do, for guiding, giving readings, all of that, learning systems. That's the projected job. It's not a generator job, not a manifestor job. I know that's an unpopular opinion, but it's our gift. Projector's gift is to see. We're here to see things, and we see a lot. But I always say, it always almost is like we're time travelers, so we're not allowed to say something. We're not allowed to interfere, because then, that's the deal. No interference, only when you're invited, because that means, okay, that's good. That's a good thing. That's allowed, so to say. That's the only way you can bring the change to the people. When you are seen and invited, when you're recognized, acknowledged for your specification that we will look at. And you have a yes with your inner authority, not your mind. Your mind can be very tempted and seduced by whatever. But if you don't be invited and you don't have an inner yes and you don't follow your inner authority, will not be correct. Okay. Another thing before we move on is projectors are a non-energy type. Okay. That means generators and manifestors, we have some in the room right now, and afterwards when we eat the hot soup we can discuss this. But generators and manifestors, they are energy types. Energy, outwards, explosive, You can feel anger and you can feel frustration, but into the room. But projector, it's inward, in implosion. Bitterness is not so easy feelable, is this a word, I guess so. It's not. You can be so bitter and people don't get it. They won't see it. They will see when they know you. When they can sense you, when they're sensitive, they can sense it. But most of the people, they don't even know what it means. They have no idea what it means bitter. What do you mean bitter? Drink a beer if you're bitter. I don't know. They don't know what it is, because most people, as we know, is anger and frustration. So non-energy type means we are awareness types. It's all about intellect, awareness, all about seeing, conceptualizing, not being smarter than the others. It's not about that. It's about the spiritual intellect of life, because we're open and we see and we perceive it in a different way than a generator. And it's very easy. If you're born with a hand, you will not think about your hand. You won't. When you heard it, yes. When it's too late, you will think about your hand. And for us, it's more like we don't have a hand, and sometimes we have a hand. And we don't have a hand, and sometimes we have it. It's going and coming and going and coming. And so we will automatically, naturally explore it. And so, what is this? Why is it coming? When did it come? It's always different. But sometimes it's four-figured. It's just a little story to explain that. So for some, it's so obvious that they don't even know that it's there. And for us, it's not. It's also obvious, but it's obvious in the other. It's like, man, you have a goddamn hand, why you don't use it? What do you mean, man? I don't have hands. That's how it feels for a project. It's like, what are you doing? That's our power, because we see it and we can coordinate. That's why we are awareness types.